Good morning and welcome to the Morning Breath Livestream where we start our day with coherence. I'm your host, Jeremy Tennell, systems designer and coherence coach. This is week 10, day 50 of our 14-week journey entitled The Path to Personal Transformation. Today, we're not learning something new. We're recognizing what we've become. At some point, this stops being about practice and starts being about who you are. Transformation doesn't happen when you understand something. It happens when you can no longer operate the way you used to. But you have to choose the path you follow. There was a time when everything sharing with you now was effort. I had to remember myself to breathe and schedule time for reflection. It wasn't natural. It wasn't in the moment. It wasn't who I was. It was work. And I would move in and out of it. For years, I was aware one moment and reactive the next, clarity one day and lost the next. But slowly, something changed. Not all at once, not dramatically, but through consistency and practice. The gap between reaction and awareness started to close. The pause became more accessible. The breath came more naturally. Patterns became visible before they took over. And eventually, I realized something subtle but powerful. I wasn't trying to practice this anymore. I was operating from it. I was being it. If you choose this journey, it doesn't happen all at once. It's not about perfection, but practice. Integration is repetition over time until something becomes automatic. It becomes ingrained in your being, not unconscious, but embodied. You either practice that integration yourself or something else will gladly integrate for you in the things you consume. On this journey, awareness no longer is something you access. It's something you live from. Regulation is no longer something you remember. It's something you default to. And reflection isn't something you schedule. It's something that happens in real time. And this is the shift. You don't rise into a better version of yourself. You become someone who operates differently by default. This is where most people misunderstand growth. They think transformation looks like big change and visible breakthroughs, constant progress, because that's how we've been programmed in order to see it. But real transformation is quieter than that. It looks like catching yourself faster, recovering more quickly, reacting less often, bending instead of breaking, holding complexity rather than simplicity. Over time, those small shifts stop being something you do and start being something you are. From a systems perspective, identity is stabilized patterning. It's what happens when a behavior becomes consistent enough that the system begins to rely on it. Instead of trigger moving immediately to reaction, your system now runs on triggers which bloom into awareness and engage regulation, which expand choice, not occasionally, but consistently. Once that pattern stabilizes, it becomes your new baseline. And from there, everything can change because now your decisions change, your relationships transform, and your environment emerges into something new. Not because you forced it, but because you are no longer operating from the same system. Culturally, we've been taught to chase, to strive, but pausing is not in our lexicon. Taking time to reflect on our decisions and where we are going, who we are becoming. As we've discussed before, all identity is constructed. You can choose to take this journey to build an identity that gives you tools that serve you, that allows you to be the sovereign over your own free will. Or you can let the world around you train your identity with the feasting on screen time and social platforms, pop culture media, consuming content that tells you who to be and chasing things that end up owning you. To construct an identity that keeps you looped in reactivity and bound to a system determined to be the sovereign over your free will. So today, don't ask yourself, what should I do next? Ask, what has already changed in me? Who am I choosing to become? Because if you look closely, you will see it. in the pause you didn't used to have, in the reaction you didn't follow, in the awareness that came sooner. That's not small. And the more you recognize it, the more it stabilizes. Today, I want you to find some time with your journals and explore these questions. What patterns that used to define me no longer feel automatic? And what new patterns am I beginning to operate from without effort? What path do I want to choose going forward? Let's move into our breath work. Find a comfortable seat and let's roll our shoulders and shift our hips. And let's take a big inhale through our nose. Exhale with a sigh. Again, place our hand over our heart as we are targeting this cognitive area. And we are going to breathe in through our nose for about 6 seconds. Exhale through our mouth for 6. Keep that pattern up. Let's begin a gratitude list in our minds. I am thankful for today. Those patterns up. Expand your gratitude as you go. If you get distracted, return to your breath and your gratitude. Feel your body expand within the inhale, contract with the exhale, and exhale through our mouth with a sigh. I want you to take a moment, and I want you to feel your body in this moment. Can you feel the shift? Can you feel the shift in your awareness? Can you feel the shift in your calm? Can you feel the shift in this moment of regulation? This is the power of breath. That was just a little over 5 minutes. Practice this every day because it trains our body to move into self-regulation when we need it most. So if this resonates with you, stay with this work because you can't build identity in a single moment. It's reinforced in every moment that you return to it. You don't become someone new all at once. You become someone new the moment you stop returning to who you used to be. Take a breath. I will see you Monday morning at 5:30 a.m.